Clarets TV speaking to Cheshunt City manager Robbie Simpson after the defeat to Cheshunt in the trophy today. Robbie, how was that for you out there?
It's a low quality game, tough conditions, and when games aren't going to be necessarily football matches, they're going to be, battles and all about winning second balls and winning your personal battles. I feel like we're well short when the game's going to be like that. So when it's windy, pitch isn't great, tough conditions, I feel like I worry for us, which is tough for them to take, tough for the players to hear me say that about them. But yeah, something needs rectifying, and we've got 2 weeks now to perhaps try and change things.
Yeah, and it was sort of the perfect conditions for a game plan where a lower league side upsets a higher league side, with the rain and the wind helping sort of a long ball tactic in the certain halves, and it sort of fell into their hands in a way.
Yeah, well, two long balls, two mistakes have led to 2 goals for them. They didn't really create much or get in good positions or good territory. We did on occasions, but then lacked conviction. I felt like today we just lacked conviction from start to finish, really. And I don't know whether that's nervousness of playing at home, because perhaps we haven't won at home for a while, or I don't know, but we really lacked conviction, and we looked like we were reactive rather than proactive, and it's I imagine, I haven't seen any other results, but I imagine there might have been some other upsets, because like you say, those conditions can sometimes be a leveller when lower league teams play higher league teams. But you have to win the battle and win your matchups, your individual matchups first before you can play football. So
Yeah, and we got back into it. A really good goal from Dara. Took advantage when they had a sort of man off the field. And we're going to half-time. We played really well as well, the first 10-15 minutes of the second half. But it didn't go in, and then a mistake causes their goal.
Yeah, we actually started well first half as well, and I feel we should have had 2 goals before their one. And then we perhaps could have gone in 2-1 up just before half-time. I think that lack of conviction showed you have to score when you're on top. Start the second half, we started well, like you say, against the wind, started really well. Have to score when you're on top. We got in good areas, but without ever looking like scoring or testing the keeper, which isn't good enough. And we've been working hard on that the last 2 weeks, finding the back of the net and defending, trying to get good contacts on clearances, and we haven't put that into practice on match days. Probably last week as well. We scored a great goal last week, but we could and should have had more. And today's the same. We have to score more. We have to test their keeper more, and that comes from having conviction. Having conviction in everything you do. And when you have conviction, then you'll be surprised your quality will then increase, because you're fully committed to what you do.
Yeah, and we're not a big squad, but it's been stretched. You said Dave not available. Mickey went off with looked like an injury, and Ade's just come back from an injury, so that doesn't help either. Yeah,
well, Ade, it was a risk even involving him on the bench today, and I felt like I had to bring him on at half time, because Ozzy was struggling a little bit, and we lost Dave on Thursday. Dave obviously would have been starting, but we lost him late in the training session Thursday. So we're down. We're looking thin. We are, and regardless of whether we're thin or not, even with the players fit, we've got to seriously look at bringing in some bodies now to help us with games when they're like that.
Yeah, and leading on to that, no game for 2 weeks now due to St Albans' progression in the FA Cup. And it's a bit like the international break in the Premier League. We've seen a few changes during that 2 week break. There's a bit of time to sort of reassess the squad.
Yeah, I think so, because I think everybody knows the next run of games are so important for us. Building up to halfway through the season, So the next 6 games are vital for us. So we need to give ourselves, over these next 2 weeks, we need to give ourselves the opportunity to put us in the best position to get maximum amount of points out of those games.
Okay, well, thanks, Robbie, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Thank you.